What's up guys, Jeff from Sorta Healthy here, and full disclosure, up until about a year or so ago, I had no idea who Alex Hormozi was. I think I was scrolling around on Facebook one day and I saw one of his ads, and I'm sure I did my usual eye roll and probably said to myself, oh boy, here we go, another one of these Facebook guru sales guys. I'll admit though, right from the beginning, I could tell that Alex was a little bit different. His ads and deals were compelling, unlike pretty much all of his peers. Still, I quickly ignored him and his ads, went about my normal life. I run a personal training studio, for those who don't know by the way, and yeah, I just figured he would fade into obscurity like all the salesy fitness guys tend to do. Boy oh boy was I wrong. Recently this guy has been popping up everywhere. I mean, every time I open up any form of social media, I see this big lumberjack looking dude promoting something. Anyways, eventually, enough was enough. I had to see what Alex was all about. So about 3 months ago, I started reading all of his books. $100 million offers, $100 million leads, and gym launch secrets. I also recently attended the GymCon 2024 event, something that Alex originally started and is still a part of, but he did recently sell it to work on other projects. So basically, after spending the last 3 months studying Alex Hormozi's best works, let me first address the question in the title. Is Alex Hormozi legit? For lack of a better way to put it, he's legit as f. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went into all of this wanting to hate on the guy, but his perspective is interesting, refreshing, and so is a lot of the content that he's putting out there. So what I'll be doing is going through all of Alex's books and the GymCon conference, and I'll be sharing my main takeaways. Essentially, I have a list of 5 different things from all of these different resources that I feel the need to impart onto all of you, so let's get into that. Before that, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Those 2 things really help to support us over here at Sorta Healthy, and that allows us to keep making free content for all of you. Thank you so much for that, guys. I really appreciate it. On to the video. So, personal trainers, fitness coaches, gym owners, these are the types of people who watch my channel because that's who I am and that's who I make content for. It's good to recognize that you're seeing a personal trainer and fitness business owner's take on Hormozi's work. That's relevant because a lot of his advice applies to other types of businesses as well, but I only know about the fitness business and my scope is limited to that. Anyways, my first takeaway from all the Hormozi stuff is to raise your prices. Many of you will make the same moves and arguably mistakes that I did when initially opening your personal training business. When it comes to figuring out what your prices should be, what you'll do is figure out where all the other local competitors are and you'll decide your price based on their numbers. Let's say the cheapest gym near you offers one-on-one training for $60 an hour and the most expensive gym near you offers it for $100 an hour. If you want an average price for your area, you'd price yourself at $80 an hour. If you want to be high-end for your area, you'd price your services around $100 an hour. Again, that's the typical old way of figuring out your prices. Hormozi suggests something entirely different. His advice is to ignore what all the other guys are doing. Now the question is, why should you do that? Well, because all the other local gym owners are broke. Just because people are going in and out of their facilities doesn't mean they're making any significant amount of money. Unfortunately, the longer I've been doing this personal training thing, I've been at it for around 12 years now, the more I've realized that he's right. Most trainers and gym owners are poor. I'm not saying you shouldn't have any idea where your competitors are, but you shouldn't base your prices entirely on them. What you should do is consider offering something different enough from your competitors so that your services can't be compared. Because again, if your services can be compared, customers will essentially choose to purchase on price, at least to some extent. So hypothetically, let's say instead of offering training sessions for $90 an hour, you might offer a 6-week weight loss transformation challenge, which costs $1,297, where the client has to follow specific protocols, and if they do all the things you require and don't lose, let's say, at least 10 pounds in that 6 weeks, you'll give them their money back. Not cool with something that extreme? Well, you could promote that same challenge but offer cash prizes to clients who lose the most weight, improve their strength the most, etc., instead of a money back guarantee. By the way, those previous examples were not deals that were recommended in any book. Don't use them. But they are structured in a way that's different compared to the rest of the market, so you can't be compared on price as easily. Also, whether these deals are your cup of tea or not, you have to admit that they're far more compelling than your typical gym or personal training offer or agreement. If they follow your challenge rules and don't lose at least 10 pounds, they'll get their money back. In the other offer, they can get cash back for achieving their goal, which makes it kind of fun. Deals like these require more skill from you, the professional, on the coaching side and the sales side as well. But we all have to admit admit, these sorts of offers can generate a lot of interest for your business and also make you a lot of money. My second takeaway is to fix your one thing bottleneck. Your one thing bottleneck could be a ton of different things, but essentially it's the main thing that is most limiting your growth forwards and upwards. And this could apply to you personally, your business, or both. Let's say you have a personal training business and you're fully booked and you can't take on any more clients. Your business's progression would look like this over the last few years, and then of course, once you're fully booked, you would plateau and the progress would stop. To continue to advance that upward path, you'll have to do at least one or two things. One, you'll have to raise your prices, and two, you might have to change up your business model. Let's say you've started a personal training business. This one will be newer than the previous one we just discussed, and you only have 8 clients for 16 sessions a week. Let's also say you're not getting any consistent leads or prospects. At this point, your bottleneck would be your ability to get leads or prospects through the door. And that means spending a good amount of time each day working on that bottleneck, or in this case, acquiring leads. You'd want to get your current clients to refer you people, create a website, Google listing, and Facebook page, but all of that is a discussion for a different video. At GymCon, Alex stated that when he opened his gym, he did about 4 hours of ad creation and work each morning before his gym got busy. After his facility did get busier, he started to focus less on that specific bottleneck and more on other things. By the way, once you fix a bottleneck in your life or business, it doesn't mean that you're in the clear. It just means that you'll make some consistent progress until you hit the next one. My next takeaway, and this is more from the GymCon conference than Hormozi himself, is that if you want to make more cash as a trainer and still deliver a high quality service, the semi-private training model is probably the most effective method. Semi-private training is when one trainer works with 2 to 6 clients at once. Each of these 2 to 6 clients has their own unique workout plan, and the trainer oversees each one of these clients doing that plan at the same time. This is different compared to small group personal training, where it's more or less 2 to 6 clients going through a circuit together. Again, in a semi-private model, each client has their own unique program. I do this with 2 to 3 clients in my facility, but I'm impressed with what some other facilities are doing with 4 to 5, sometimes even 6 clients, and it's something I'll be looking into as well. At the end of the day, if you're a skilled enough trainer, this can be a very high quality service for your clients, and of course you can make quite a bit more cash and take on more business, which doesn't hurt. My next main takeaway was to fire Susan. Susan can be anybody. Maybe you have a client who's constantly canceling last minute and they're complaining that you're charging them for that. Well, that client is a Susan and you should probably fire them and kick them off your schedule. Let's say you run a gym that employs personal trainers and one of your trainers is constantly showing up late or calling out. Well, I know I'm probably going to piss a few people off watching this video, but that trainer is a Susan and you have to get rid of them as well. Essentially, the worst performing 10% of your clients or employees cause like 90% of your problems. So you should probably get rid of a lot of those people whenever possible, or at the very least, don't stress when they exit your life or business. Unfortunately, over the years, I've had lots of Susans that I waited too long to fire. But hey, I'm learning. This is probably a good time to talk more about GymCon 2024 because that's where Alex went on a rant about firing Susan, and it was pretty hilarious. All in all, it was a really good conference and one that I'd highly recommend for gym owners or trainers who work for themselves. I've been doing this forever and it still changed my perspective on things quite a bit. If you're a new trainer, go to Idea World. If you're a gym or studio owner, go to GymCon. By the way, I have no affiliation with them whatsoever, but I know that a lot of my viewers would benefit a lot by learning what Kale and the other GymCon guys have to offer. I'm planning on being there in 2025, and I'm hoping to see many of you there as well. My last takeaway is that you're probably not advertising enough. Now, I don't think you have to go full Hormozi and start advertising for 4 hours a day, but there is a good chance that you're not marketing enough. Are you close to or at your full capacity as a trainer or business owner? Again, if the answer is no, you're probably not marketing enough, and you should be doing more. Do local outreach by networking with chiropractors, massage therapists, dietitians, etc. Try to move your way up the local search rankings for specific SEO terms like personal training in your local town. Come up with effective referral strategies to incentivize your current clients to bring in their friends and family members. Consider running some Facebook ads if you really need that extra volume. If you're at full capacity, consider hiring more help or changing up your business model so that you can help more people and make more money. It's easy to get complacent with marketing, and these Hormozi resources are a good kick in the ass that will prevent you from doing that. Now, am I going to go out there and implement all of the strategies that Alex recommends? Of course not. Some of his sales and marketing strategies wouldn't work for me, and that's totally fine. At the end of the day, though, that shouldn't matter. Hormozi brings some good ideas and a different perspective, and that's what we all need, especially in the fitness industry. Our personal training and gym world is filled with people who are passionate about exercise, fitness, and helping people, but unfortunately, we usually suck at running businesses and making money. I do highly recommend all of Alex's books, and I'll leave links to those down below for those interested. If you're only going to buy one, Gym Launch Secrets was my favorite, but all three delivered. Also, if you're a gym or studio owner or you plan on being one soon, consider going to GymCon in 2025. It's going to be in Vegas for those wondering. If anyone has any questions or comments about Alex Hormozi or anything else that we talked about today, please leave those down below. I am very curious to hear what all of you guys think about this stuff as well. Also, if you haven't done so already, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel, because both of those things really do help this channel to grow, and that does allow me to create more free content for all of you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, stay sort of healthy.